Hi, how are you? I'm back with another video, back to share my favorite fonts with you guys. MySpace top 8 style. These are fonts that I use on a daily basis in my own personal designs. These are my fun fonts that I love to use all the time. I hold them near and dear to my heart, and yeah, I can't wait to share my collection with you guys. I've been hoarding these over the years, and now it's finally time to share. Now I know what you Gen Zers are thinking. What's MySpace? The classic question. Well, I want you all to know that this question makes me feel mummified. Let me just give you a brief history of MySpace and the early 2000s. This is actually not going to be educational at all. This is just what I remember from my brain. So way back in the day, before there was TikTok, before there was Instagram, before there was Facebook even. MySpace was a social media platform where you could have your own page, you could have music playing on your page, you could HTML code. That's literally how I first learned how to HTML and CSS code, was for MySpace, okay, back in the day when I was like in middle school. And I'm already sorry for that middle school comment, because that might make anybody older than me feel even more ancient than I already do from the young children these days. So on your MySpace page, you could do all these things. You could write posts to your friends, you could post pictures, but there was this thing called the top 8, and this was such a point of contention between friends. It is where the feral social media madness began. Friends would fight over what spot they were in the top 8, if they were even in the top 8 at all. You would adjust this based on your daily feelings. So if you and your friend number 3 on your list get into a fight, guess what? You're number 8 now, or you're off the list completely. That's even more hurtful. If you don't remember MySpace Tom, honestly, you missed such an iconic era. MySpace Tom was always everybody's first friend. You would make a profile and MySpace Tom would always be there. He wasn't called MySpace Tom, he was literally just called Tom, but he would be your first friend. He was the owner of MySpace back in the day, and yeah, honestly, MySpace Tom is so iconic. This MySpace era was around at the same time of some other relics from the past. Some of you may remember Senga, some of you may remember Blogspot, and if you don't, guess what? Congratulations, you just sent me back to the 1800s. So that's the brief history of MySpace, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be doing a fierce look at all of my fonts. We're going to pick my favorites, and trust me, I have thousands and thousands of fonts. Okay, this was not easy, and I narrowed it down to my top 8. I know that some people do less in these favorite font videos, but I just couldn't. How do you pick like 3 fonts out of like 3,000 fonts? You literally can't. So I have 8. Alrighty, this intro has been way too long already, so why don't we just get into the fonts and start with number 1. The first font we have here is Miss Delicious, and as the name suggests, she is a delicious font. I love her so much. This is my number 1 on the list because this is the one that I use for all of my YouTube videos. It's my primary font on my channel banner and all those things. I love this one. It's a rounded serif font that's a little funky, a little wonky, but that's why I like it. It gives it that kind of hand-drawn, authentic feel. You'll find that most of these look hand-drawn, if not all of them. That's just the vibe I like. That's just, this is all personal preference, so if you don't like these fonts, then I'm so sorry. But if you do, hopefully you'll find some new fonts that you enjoy. This one you can buy on Creative Market for $12, and there is a demo version for this font as well. I'm going to leave every single link in the description, okay? All the paid versions, all the free versions that I can find. Everything that you need will be in the description of this video. Yeah, check that out. It's $12 if you enjoy this one. I think it's not bad. $12 is for one desktop license. All right, moving on to my number 2. We have La Tortuga. I love this one. I think it just looks so crisp, so clean. I love it. It's a sans serif font that doesn't have those rounded edges, so all the edges are sharp. This one I typically pair with Delicious and use it as my subtext. I just think they look so good together, and I love the vibes. As you will soon find in this video, I love fonts because of their vibe. You know, I love colors because of their vibe. I don't know. How do you be a designer? I don't know. You just vibe. This one is from Etsy. This is one of the cheaper ones. On Etsy, I try to find like hand-drawn fonts that I can tell that the Etsy seller actually made, because there are some Etsy stores that I notice just get bulk fonts off of maybe Envato. I don't know this for a fact, but that's what it seems like. It seems like they get fonts off of Envato or something. First of all, I'm not saying Envato fonts are bad in any means. Envato is great. Envato Elements, I used to use that. It's about $30 a month, but you can get a lot of stock photos, you get fonts, you get all these graphic design elements that you can use. So that's a really great option if you're looking for elements to use in your designs. However, you can go in and you can download as many fonts as you want, but I do worry about the licensing for these fonts that you can find on Etsy. If you're looking for a font on Etsy, I would definitely recommend messaging the seller and making sure that the license is okay to use for commercial projects, because I have this feeling that some of these people selling fonts on Etsy just rip the fonts and are selling just the files, and they don't actually have a real license. So I would check that before using any fonts that you find on Etsy for your commercial projects. This one is about $7 on Etsy. I think it's like $6.50, but then there's taxes and stuff. And I just think it is really pretty. This one doesn't come with any variations, neither does Delicious. However, this one does come with a Photoshop file with some logo mockups that I do think look really nice. I have used them before. Number 3 on my top 8 is Vanilla Slice. I want to mention that this font is made by Lauren Ipsum on Etsy, and this, I will say that there are 3 Lauren Ipsum fonts on this top 8. I just love all of the fonts that they make. I feel like I know they make them by hand. I haven't seen these fonts anywhere else, so I feel safe buying these ones off Etsy. This is Vanilla Slice. It is a hand-drawn rounded font. I really enjoy this one. This one is very fun. I love to do it with a little wave. I think it looks nice. And this one also comes with 2 variations, the outline and the outline thick. This one is $9 on Etsy, but I will say that Lauren Ipsum has a code if you buy 2 or more items. I think you get 20% off, and then I think it's 3 or more items, you get 30% off. These codes are not linked to me at all whatsoever. They're just on the Etsy page. If you like these fonts and you want to get multiples of them, be sure to look for those discount codes, because I use those discount codes. So get that savings, get that bag. This one is just really pretty and really fun. I love to use it with my colors. I really don't have much to say about it. I just love it so much. All right, moving on to number 4, we have El Hydrante. This one I believe I got off of youworkforthem.com. This website has lots of fonts. It's very reputable. They have sales all the time. I'm into it. You know, I love a good sale. This one is a retro serif font. This one isn't in all caps because I have another retro serif font on this list that is in all caps, but I use this one if I don't want it to be in all caps. I love this font for when I'm going for a vintage vibe. I just think it's really pretty, really elegant, and this one has a lot of glyphs that you can use. This one I do not believe there is a demo for, but it is about $15 on You Work For Them. I got it on sale for $14.25. El Hydrante also reminds me of a beer font for some reason. I'll show you the example photos that the person who made this font made. I don't know, it's just giving beer vibes, but I can't think of the beer company. So if you are thinking of the beer company and you know what it is, comment down below and let me know. Number 5 on our list is Tall Friends. This is another Lauren Ipsum font. It's a rounded sans serif. It is in all caps, and the letters on it are, as the name suggests, tall, so the font is a little bit condensed. I love it. I think this is really nice to use in place of La Tortuga when I'm not feeling the sharp edge vibe, but when I want the rounded edge vibe, I go with Tall Friends. I just think it looks really nice. It looks really cute. I think it would be cute for some like handcrafted, handmade candle company or something like that. You know, that's just the vibe I'm getting. Since this font is rounded, I just feel like it's like more soft. I don't know how to explain it. It's like that tweet that's like, warm water is round and cold water is pointy. I agree with that 100%. This one is about $10 on Etsy. Moving on to number 6. I think this is the most fun font I have on this list. It's called Flower Party. As you can tell, each letter has a flower around it. I think this is really cute for titles, maybe like intro cards for a YouTube video. I just love this font. I think it's fun, it's funky, it's hand drawn, and just shout out to you, Lauren Ipsum, for making these excellent fonts. I just love them all so much. This one is about $8 on Etsy if you get it standalone. Moving right along, we have number 7. This is Glowis. I am a fan of this one. I do use it when I want the vibe of the El Hydrant, but I want it to be more intense since this is all caps. It would be good for like a header or, the important font, and then maybe having a different sub font to pair with. This one is on Creative Market for $15, and I believe I'm going to try to find a demo for this one. I don't know if one exists, but if one exists, just check the description box and it'll be there. This one has really good gritty texture, and I really enjoy the glyphs that this one has as well. All right, number 8. We finally made it. And I just want to say that even though this font is number 8, I just love all these fonts so much. They're honestly all my favorites, and it was really hard to put them in an order. This one is called Petri Plate. I really don't like the name of it. I think it doesn't go with how pretty the font is, but that's all right. This is my favorite handwriting signature font. This one I like to use on wedding invitations, save the dates, things like that. I'm really into the way it looks. I just think it's pretty. I think it's fun. It just sparks serotonin. That's why I like all these fonts, because they're just sparking serotonin in my brain. This one has a demo version on DaFont, so I will link that down below, but you can buy it on Creative Fabrica for about $18. So this one's the most expensive one in this list. Alrighty, so thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I love fonts and colors and designs, all those things. Download these fonts, use them in your personal projects. You can tag me. I would love to see. That's all I got for you guys. So with that, I'm going to sign off. I'll see you guys next Saturday. Bye.
Staring out the window, reaching for a North Star.